But yeah. Do I think Valorant has good potential going into the future? Yeah. I think that we're on the right path. We are organically growing the competitive scene with these third-party tournaments. Riot is allowing other streamers to do watch parties, which is huge, not only for the exposure of the competitive scene to people that maybe haven't seen it, but also because it allows your big streamers and other people to get involved in the esports scene, right? Like, it's something that I think CS could have done. So you have 12K viewers on the main casting stream, you got 20K viewers on Myth stream, you got another 10K viewers on this guy's stream, like whatever, right? And it's like the streamers and the people that are parts of orgs that have teams, they can get involved and they can bring more viewership to the game. Like, I think that they're doing a lot of the right things right now.
See how that DNA.
I think that there's a bright future.
Is going to be on the attacking side here as they kick off. Find heavy presence towards A early on. TSM is going to have 3 members there.
You have a really nice voice. Thank you.
A bit of a forward position. You see them.
Replay system took 9 years to get into LOL. Might be waiting for a while on that one. That's true, but there was that app. I remember I used it back in like early league days. What was it called? Wasn't it literally just called LOL Replay? I remember that there was a fucking app because like Riot didn't have a fucking system. Riot had no system for replay, so you had to download a third-party one. I remember that's how I watched my matches when I was like playing ranked in like season 3 or whatever. Like, I can't even tell what's happening. Oh, 1v2. Oh, he's dead. Like, literally I blinked and the pistol round was over.
Dominate and grab the win in the first pistol.
Yeah, and it was a great round by Rockets there. As you see, he was able to get 3 kills.
Who do I
on the board there? That's going to allow him to
voice and face? God damn, you guys are just complimenting everything.
We'll see how much damage
do I think that there is such thing as a CT-sided map, or does it depend on how the team plays? It's both. There are inherently CT-sided maps such as like Split, but a lot of the maps and what side it leans towards is dependent on teams. Some teams might be, they have a stronger defense side on this map, and some teams might have a stronger attack side. Even if, depending on the map, like, you could think objectively the map leans in one direction, but a team might just have a better side depending on how they play.
Yeah, they're just looking to get this spike down
just
early.
maximum pace right now. Absolutely speed. Yeah, like I said, there's the frenzies and the foot on the fucking gas. Your mom is coming home and you need to clean the house and defrost the chicken. Good luck.
They take down 2 members, they get 2 weapons out of commission, and then now Wardell picks up the op while the rest of the team will.
It'll only be 7 years this time. Nice. They're learning from the past.
The start they wanted. Baby Bay also gonna op, so let's pay attention to where those jets end up. They are on opposite sides. TSM, they're poised for some more B aggression from FaZe Clan.
It looks like they might have tried to do something a little aggressive down B as well.
LOL recorder?
You see that early peak.
I don't even have the slightest clue. You know, it's been so long since I used it. I could probably go Google and find it and see if it's familiar. No, Spectra. And Counter-Strike, I played for Misfits, TSM, United, Enemies, Selfless, Singularity. Most of the org teams. Alright, Mass bro. Good luck in your footy prac. Hit some nutmegs for me, bro. Rip TSM ever being in CS though, I know. God bless. We were the last team, bro. The team that I was on, it was me, currently Sick that's on Sentinels, Twists on Liquid, FNS who's on Envy, and Semphis. That was the original 5. And then briefly we ended up cutting FNS and Semphis to pick up Sean Garrett and Shazam, but I don't really count that as being part of the TSM roster because that lasted like 5 days before we ended up being bought by Misfits because of, you know, the whole PEA PEA situation. What the fuck? He darted into the TP. Oh shit, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go AFK for a sec. Hold on, I need to go pee real fast. He's fucking dart went into the teleporter. I'm gonna use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. But yeah, that was the last roster that TSM had in CS. No longer. Yeah, hold on. I'll answer these questions when I come back, guys. 1 sec.
Wardell was able to get the best of Baby Bay with the operator, so it looked like they were able to fend things off initially, but there was just too much chaos at the end, and then Marv able to isolate and win down in that 1v2. Really just kind of set them up. Marv, as we saw earlier today, when Marv is feeling himself, when he's playing well, this FaZe Clan team is terrifying. So that's a big 1v2 win for him there.
Oh, but Wardell with the knives. It's important to identify that this ult can be a problem for FaZe Clan. Already taking down Marv. Wardell can find a little bit more value, maybe a pick, maybe two, but there's going to be a showstopper. Comes through. Wardell knows that he's there. Spray coming out from Drone. Oh, wow. But Zachary from the opposite side, or sorry, from Hookah. He's just right behind Corey, and now they'll start to funnel in. You'll see the tailwind come through. Drone's gonna stop him with the Frenzy. That's spiked down. 3v3. Drone in a good spot. The Frenzy finds another, and now it's a 2v2. A little bit more doable now that the spike is still down. Rockets trying to peek through. Sabrosa will be taken down, and it's all up to Haste. He's got a Bucky, and unfortunately, what? Haste! How? The Bucky! It's special. It's built different. Somehow, some way, the long-range Bucky shot from like 50 miles away, he still gets taken down, but an impressive Bucky shot. 4-0 start for FaZe. This is what you like to see if you want to come back in map 2.
Yeah, it's certainly really everything they could have asked for. Raucus is having himself a day at 7-1. And I think the other thing worth noting here is that FaZe, because of how comfortable of a lead they've managed to build themselves, they're going to have plenty of weapons to work with yet again. The operator into the hands of Baby Bay. Wardell's going to be able to respond with one of his own. Continue to watch that matchup. This time, they are going to be on the same side of the map. Wardell is going to get pushed back as the drone was there trying to get some info early on. Baby Bay still holding that tight corner.
So once again, we're
I got a
something
fart.
to what we saw in Haven. FaZe, they identify one map that they want to start early presence.
I know,
This is
surfing.
round B, around that orb to deny defensive orb control, and then they end up at A. We've seen
It's
a
like
lot
that
of showers
sometimes.
presence from FaZe Clan. We've seen a lot of mid-round A short presence from FaZe Clan. So TSM, they're trying to read the situation correctly. And for FaZe Clan, they're a little bit spread.
Yeah, ask a mod for permission, bro, and you can link the other ace.
FaZe Clan will be a little bit worse.
Will playing at a high volume of games improve your game sense over time, or is there a better way to improve that? Volume, which, you know, relates to like sound cues, is only a very small portion of game sense. You want to play with high enough volume that you can hear things, but, you know, doesn't need to be super loud. Game sense is way more like thinking,
If
like,
he just running rifled through his nades there, he would have killed him.
yeah, probably.
I need to see some more running and shooting. I'm thoroughly disappointed right now. People are standing still too much.
They're still going to be there. There are still two operators in full here. Simo, this one could go either way.
Baby Bay's gonna take
Oh, I see. Not okay. He wasn't talking about. A high volume of games. Okay, yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, in general, I mean, you don't necessarily need to. Like, you could just play Valorant, you know, to improve your game sense in Valorant. It will help you, just overall how you think about things and like how you think about like the big picture. But really, TAC FPS games will help you a lot more with TAC FPS games. Like if you go play like PUBG or like, you know, like a BR, there is like game sense involved, but it's really like, it's not the same as being on a small, you know, confined 5v5 map. Counter-Strike, Valorant, even Call of Duty, Search and Destroy, you know.
And I'd imagine we're gonna see something similar time and time again. Because look, setup's gonna start at.
Have I heard Wardell say "watch this" like Jet? I think I've heard him say it before.
How
did you link it here?
So FaZe Clan have a lot of options on the
yeah, Rave.
It's just all up to how TSM
frags onto two of the best. And now swings out for another. He's a man possessed. Zywoo one for another ace, another clutch. It's Perfecto hunting him. He's done all of the hard work. He has not died. No one has been able to knock him on his ass yet. And now just a 1v1. He's got 6 HP. It didn't stop him before. And it doesn't stop him again. Zywoo, that is illegal.
That is illegal.
As you see, Corey, Corey, that
Oh
was such a
yeah,
big pick. That gives
Zywoo.
him so much room to
Zywoo
work with.
wasn't.
FaZe is gonna be able to get
Was
on
cracked.
site.
He is
TSM
cracked.
has two members that have not fully rotated
This is second
over,
map, yeah.
but the two
TSM
that
won
are on the
Haven.
site are posted up.
They won Haven. I don't know, what was the score, guys? 13-8 or something? Shinobi playing on Strict Res? I don't know. I think he's on black bars. I have no idea.
Pushing in that way, smokes are going to be traded in time. Wardell's operator going to be blind for just a few moments as the paranoia comes through. Subroza has to think twice about going forward. Rock is
fucking darts. God, man, I hate it. He's just sitting in the jet smoke, killing people with his recon dart. Don't even need to see someone to kill him. Just get free wall hacks.
You know what, dude? I think
on the retreat
something
here.
that'd be really nice is instead of making the like, because the Sova dart recharges, it's not like a one-time purchase. Having it like a cipher ping where it just pings your location rather than.
Oh yeah, bro, I said that ages ago. I said it doesn't make sense that like the other shit, like, I don't know, it just pings you, but then like Sova, it just tracks you in real time.
Sniper cam dart should track you through the wall because it's like.
Yeah, it's like stationary, and it's also like stationary, so it's like that seems like a balance thing, right?
Yeah.
It actually bothers me, bro. Think about it. You're sitting back B site, they're hitting you on bind, and then like the dart lands. Even if you like break it, like if you break it fast, but it gets one scan out, you're literally, it's like a free real-time wall hack for another second to track you through smokes or through the crate. It's kind of like, okay.
I'm gonna become a Sova main now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm learning arrows right now.
I see.
2 rounds ago, and they almost lost those weapons again. Yeah, it's gonna be. So we'll see what they can do.
Seeding does matter in this match more than I thought and more than other people thought. Favorite Valorant voice line?
How FaZe is playing this. They're spreading out their resources.
I don't know, man. Probably like one of Omen's lines or something.
The blade storm has been used. Marvin's gonna get paranoid and he's gonna have to back off a little bit as Hayes brings in a little bit more smoke. Oh yeah, that's a big pick early on, but FaZe is just able to pick apart members of TSM. Wardell, however, with the Sheriff, keeping things spicy, gets a third.
Popping
And
off.
this is far from over.
I can only imagine.
Oh wait, I just realized the score is 6-1 or 6-0.
It's all down to him. 3 sheriffs, and there's a rowdy cowboy in town. He's gonna be making his way through lamps. Oh no, going around the
30
truck.
seconds left.
TSM drone posted up on the watchtower. Shot's gonna be good. One more. Oh, he's playing duck, duck, goose, and it'll be Wardell the goose. That takes him down 4K on the
I'm gutted.
They hurt. You don't want to be in the wrong. On the wrong
Do I
side
play
of
with
the
certain
law.
colorblind settings? I don't.
The law.
I've played with colorblind settings in other games because I prefer the colors, not because I'm colorblind. But
Let's look at this setup for TSM, how they answer back
all right,
round against FaZe Clan.
TSM loses this. So what this does for TSM, by the way, is based on economy. This pretty much, I'm not gonna. I mean, it's kind of a must-win round because they just lost their loss bonus. They lost their loss bonus from winning the round. Their money is pretty low though. FaZe also, like FaZe is also low on money. So really, whoever wins this round will be in control the rest of the half, probably.
I like this play from TSM. Wardell peeking down long and then partnered with the Hunter's Fury. It pushes FaZe Clan back. Now, it's up to this crossfire set up by Subroza and Hayes. We've seen some FaZe Clan members push up through showers, but it's mostly been this hot and heavy short push. They paranoia into lamps, then they just rush lamps.
He has Viper lineups in the bag too. He hides his secrets from you guys. Nah, we know. He tried to play Viper for a bit and then quickly realized it was not an agent who fit his playstyle. My favorite CS player?
Around a second round, they answer back. Now FaZe Clan, some of the members in a tough economic position.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum starting to shift a bit as that was just so well read by TSM. They were able to respond and handle the aggression that FaZe was showing, as we saw that showstopper.
I used to be a really big fan of Neo.
The Hunter's Fury was invested from TSM as well to ensure that there were.
But I got a soft side for Simple.
Possibility for shenanigans on that B side, and then
Devices up there too.
The tipped smoke on a short really set TSM.
Respect his how high a level he's been playing for like so consistently long. God, he ran into the grenade. What? That was like the weirdest fight ever. Like he knew that he needed to push. Like rather, he knew that he was about to get swung on, but he.
They just got eco'd?
Yeah, they had like the weirdest like hookah hold where they kind of like you see what Drone did? He got
I wasn't paying attention.
he got like naded in the left corner, but it would have only done like 40 or 50 damage if he just backed up. But instead, he just literally swung on top of the nade to fight everyone in the arch. Because I think he thought he was gonna die or something, but so he died by himself, and then it left Cutler to like 1v4 as they were rushing in hookah. What's going on, Salam? All right. Not until the main event, Rhino. Then Sky and Icebox will be there.
That was so quick. Wardell keeps the op, but a solid eco from FaZe to rush down TSM and take that map, take that site, take that round.
That's now each team.
Your list is a little weird there, Agriel.
From the opposition, and I think the other thing worth noting for FaZe at the end there is while one player went through Telly, the other two pushed down long to pick up that weapon. Zachary had a sheriff in that situation, and while that was everything that he needed,
There's a big difference if you're talking about the goats of CS or the goats of CSGO. Because if you're talking about CSGO, then there's like no way that you have, you know, Shocks and Forest there. Okay, well then your list makes no sense. I think Forest is a goat of Counter-Strike because he's been playing at a pro level for so long. But you're gonna include Forest and Shocks and not somebody like coldzera or Olaf, who had their own eras, you know, won back-to-back majors, was like the best team in the world for like the best team and best player in the world for like, you know, a year and a half, like 2 years almost. And I love Forest, bro. I was a Forest fanboy. But if you're talking about like goats, you know, it's hard, right? Because like you're either talking about like, you either look at like individual ability, you look at actual accomplishments, or it's like a mix of the both, right? Like Simple is one of the best Counter-Strike players to ever live. I think, you know, I think like right now the best players in the world are it's like Simple and ZywOo competing. But like Simple hasn't really won that much. That's why people feel bad for him and feel bad like he'll wishing that like, oh, this Na'Vi, this team is finally, right? He finally has Electronic, right? Talking about like maybe he'll finally get like a title. But then you look at, you know, people like Olaf. Like Olaf is not very, you know, good anymore. And a lot of people think that Olaf was only good because it was so early on in the game, and you know, he abused like the Tech 9 meta. So I can understand people not putting Olaf there, but having Forest and not coldzera, if you're talking about CS:GO goats, is a little weird.
It's starting to own them.
Is this,
they try to like take too much space.
Is this because they are from Brazil? Huh? To FaZe?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they go too far.
I'd say most of the time, but sometimes their aim gets them out of it.
The GOAT team gotta be the Na'Vi dynasty though. What was the undefeated streak? 87-0? Are you talking about NiP? That wasn't Na'Vi. If you're talking about CSGO. That was NiP in the very beginning of the game, were like the best team in the world and like undefeated. But obviously in the very beginning of the game, there's way like less competition, which is why some people kind of play off like Olaf's performance and how good Fnatic was, and same thing with NiP's early win streak because it was like so early. Whereas when you're looking with people like Simple and ZywOo and Device and Astralis and SK and like, you know, coldzera and these teams, it's like they were like playing really well when the game was a lot more competitive, or becoming a lot more competitive. What do you think of FNX? It's pretty hot.
FaZe clan again.
He's you know, he's got a nice face, nice tattoos. He's fucking this guy's shredded nowadays. He stopped playing CS. Like he was always pretty into the gym, and like he stopped like really competing in CS, and he started going hardcore. Like he must have just focused way heavier on the gym, because this guy is thick now. This guy is a built. Hello? What just happened? Did he lag out? Did you see that?
No, don't worry, I saw it.
Did you forget where he was? The Alzheimer is kicking in already. What?
He must have alt tabbed.
He had to have been running forward and alt tabbed, and you know, so he just continues. It had to have been. There's no way, because he knew he was getting rushed. That's why he paranoid. Oh no.
Okay, so either
Wait, let's see what they're saying. Because they said what happened to Hayes. I'm watching it again. It just looks so stupid, bro. He definitely alt tab. It just looks so dumb.
Don't know what happened here.
Oh, unlucky. That definitely was like an alt tab.
It may have, maybe, I don't know why he would have been pushing forward. He was flashed at first, right? But then it looked like it came off and he just walked in a straight line. It just looked very strange. Either way, what we do know is much like map 1, FaZe is able to take a big lead going into the second half. 8-4 early on. They certainly proved their mettle on the attacking side, but now it's TSM who's going to have to respond with some of the attack of their own. What tricks do they have up their sleeve early on? It's going to
What about Prime Shroud? Here, guys, I'll be real with you as someone from the CS scene, because people ask this stuff all the time. Like, people talk about Shroud and they talk about Mike, and it's like, you know, like someone the other day came here and they said like, how good was like Shroud in CS? Like, Shroud was skilled. There's no doubt. You know, Shroud is a freak of nature when it comes to like just aim and mechanical ability. That's why he was like, some people thought he cheated. People called him like, you know, a human aimbot and all this. And like, he was definitely good there. And like his playing on his tenure in C9, they were like a competitive team. It's not like they sucked, but like Shroud was never like a top 20 player in the world or anything like that. You know, he transitioned a successful competitive pro career, building his fan base, and transitioned that into a streaming career. He took his viewer base that he had from CS and, as you know, all these Cloud9 fans, and rode the wave of PUBG early and basically became the wave of, you know, like the face of PUBG, right? Because like, we talked about this before, most streamers stream for a really long time before they really end up blowing up, and there is some luck involved. So Shroud rode, PUBG was fucking crazy popular when that shit first came out, and he became like the face of PUBG, like one of PUBG's best players. You look at Ninja, who did the same thing with Fortnite. You look at Brandon, you know, Ace, who did the same thing with Apex, where they already had a viewer base that they were building, streaming for years, and then they rode the wave of a game that was exploding and became sort of like the face for that game, right? But yeah, Shroud was good in CS, no
James did a
doubt.
Windows update.
Love that. He was good, no doubt, but he was never like a... I don't think when he was on C9 that they were ever like a top 5 team in the world. Like, I don't even know like what the leaderboards looked like.
Imagine you're playing in like a
but certainly wasn't
because of like Java.
Wasn't like a like top player in the world, but still pro, still like on one of the best teams in NA, one of the best NA players. But when we look at the scope of the world, right, CS, until these past couple of years, the competitive Counter-Strike scene has almost always been dominated by European teams. If you look at like the top 20 in like days past, there was maybe 2 NA teams on that entire top 20 teams in the world. Nowadays, well, not so much recently, but for a while, NA really rose to the top, and we were having like 2 NA teams in the top 10, in the top 5. So like NA has really done a lot in CS since like the Cloud9 days with Sean Garrett and Shroud and stuff. Been on the rise ever since. Now it's sort of struggling, but that's a whole another story.
Deco round.
No, I think Flusha was cheating.
This is the dangerous round, Skyler.
Oh yeah. It's hard to say, man. I think that there was definitely pros cheating in CS, and I think that if any of them were cheating, they probably stopped, but the likelihood that there were some people cheating is high. I know Flusha was the most accused and, you know, the most like prevalent, I guess. But I don't know. He might have been. We'll never know though. So it's not really like a. I don't really care to speculate. It was so long ago at this point, and I don't think that they're cheating anymore. But were there people cheating? I think the likely answer is yes.
They really just wanted to bring the issue, and that was really close for TSM to lose that. But now we'll see the gun round for FaZe Clan. How they decide.
Of course, Michael. You guys got to understand that if there was pros cheating, it wasn't because they were bad. It wasn't because like, oh, they fucking sucked and like they needed to cheat to compete with the rest. It's because at the pro level, you typically win by getting all the little advantages you can. Like, whether it's little gimmicky strats, whether it's just, you know, how you play the map and information, because everyone is going to be decent. Teams will be decent. Players are decent, right? Like at the pro level, like individually, team wise, whatever. So you're cheating to get like that little extra bit of information, you know, or like whatever. That's really what I would be thinking. So yeah, I think that most of these pros that maybe did cheat could definitely hold their own. I mean, look at Flusha. He's a fucking world-class player regardless if he was cheating or not during that time period that what the fuck was that? During that time period that he was heavily accused.
Back to Wardell.
Fucking Forsaken, bro. That video is so funny when they're coming over like they're coming over to check his PC and he's like pushing them away. Like, come on, bro. You can't. You just have to let it happen now.
That's gonna be that. And it's all down to Baby Bay.
What up, Sleaze?
They know exactly where he's located, up in heaven. Cutler's gonna take that one down. I like the gusto from FaZe Clan, but TSM really just hold the line. A solid, strange defense, even though they're on the
Relyks
attack.
for Tarkov? I don't know about that.
And the angle from Shower is great stuff. As FaZe Clan trying to make it a little absurd on the rotations.
That's 3 rounds in a row.
Dude, my friend placed Iron 1 first, and then he began to outfrag my Silver 2 friend by running and gunning.
Much like we saw on
There you
map
go.
1, we saw the same thing here on map 2, but TSM.
Yeah, I know. It really did ruin, like, it ruined, like, it kind of sucked because esports in India seem to sort of be on the rise, and then, like, when you just have a scandal like that happen, like, that does, oh my god, that sucks.
And a Blade Storm, but that's
How about Sub Rosa cheating?
as
I
far
mean,
as what they're going to be able to bring.
Like I said, it's literally the same thing I said.
Very comfortably.
No reason to even talk about it or speculate.
And again,
At this point in time, it was so long ago, there was never any proof. It was just clips and, you know, shady things that people thought. Could Sub Rosa have cheated? Sure. Did he? I don't know. And we'll probably never know.
That's a big pick early on, though.
Do I think he's cheating right now? No. I don't think he's cheated. If he did cheat, I don't think he's cheated in a long time. And he's good regardless of if he cheated or not. But to me, it's just sort of pointless to speculate something that we'll never be able to prove, and, you know, we'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
Shots can be good from him. He's gonna get the 3K on the round. FaZe Clan tried to wrap around.
The other thing is, by the way, that there's like hold on, I got a message.
Early, anticipating some sort of craziness so that they could find those.
The other thing is that, like,
FaZe Clan were really they were more patient than TSM, so they pulled off. Marv goes.
Yeah, if you go watch like any top tier pro, and you go watch like the demo of the match, and you watch it with like wireframe or whatever, which is like, you know, are like the built-in in-game wall hacks in like the using SV cheats in the client. You will see pro players look at people through walls. You'll see them lock on. Occasionally, you'll see them flick, you know, 90 plus degrees and land on like near someone's head or something. A lot of the time, you know, pros have good crosshair placement. They're pre-aiming angles. You know, like they're aiming at the head level. So there's shady shit that looks like it's shady happens way more often than you would think. Which is why you really can't do anything unless you have definitive evidence, like a cheat application was found on their program or something. So you see that he's just like holding now, though. Like he's just holding for the push because they know it's coming, and they just keep walk pushing into the op.
And now it's just down to Relyks. TSM have gained so much information, and the angle that's been held by Wardell. It's really just been TSM waiting for FaZe Clan to get aggressive on the defense. They've found great answers, not only on Haven, but this map as well. And I have to give a lot of credit to FaZe Clan because these are some creative looks, right? This is weird. Like, how many times do you see a player go through the wishbone in a round that's on the defensive side? The FaZe Clan have done it like 3 times now. And still, TSM find great answers, and they don't ever feel like they're backed up into a corner.
CGS is a curse tag for esports.
To impress. That's 5 rounds in a row for them. And
I don't know about daily Mikochi, but at the moment my goal is to try to start doing 2 a week and then go from there. Something like that maybe in the near future. Right now the videos are probably going to slow down because I want to put out I need to like I recorded a bunch of shit for this video that basically is talking about like running phantoming and shit, but I think it's a little too wordy for my liking. I want to make it a little more concise and less like me showing example clips and talking. So I think I'm gonna re-record some things. Whatever, bro. I can tell that they're using a capture card because like look at the crosshairs, guys. Aren't they like blurry? Yo, have you noticed that like whoever's the observer has to be using like a capture card? Have you noticed how like blurry the crosshairs kind of look? Like,
Yeah.
especially especially if they're like teal or like a cyan. I mean, like a light.
When they're in motion, when they're in motion, they get distorted.
And if they don't have an outline, it's really blurry. Oh my god! Like look at this light blue one. Look at Corey's crosshair when he looks at hookah.
Yeah, I see it. It's like looks smudged.
I keep like blinking, like I'm like my contacts like out of focus.
Temporarily, right? They don't have a cipher, so they're using their bodies as wards. You know, they are just gonna stand there.
Check out Zom's Twitter for some drama and laws. Maybe I'll peep it maybe in a minute.
You know, they will themselves be the sentinel.
The whole Live by Power roster are Valo pros now. Indeed, they are. Expected. Personally, I think expected, but some people won't agree. Damn, you're telling me, wasn't this an 8-4 half?
Retake for FaZe Clan with a couple of sheriffs. Don't anticipate a lot to be done here, but put TSM up by 2 as Zachary last man just trying to do some damage.
I'm a cyber athlete.
You have a fantastic shoutcasting voice.
I think this is like the first
Thank you.
time we may have seen
Had people in my chat telling me they have a nice voice, and someone's like, you got a nice face. Someone's like, you got nice hairs too, you know. Don't worry, I'll become a shoutcaster once my pro career is done. The Shinobi guy kind of fucking sucks, and he gets the ace. You remember that still or no?
Oh yeah.
There's a commentator is like, Shinobi really needs to start pulling his own weight, and he gets the ace. He just like goes into like a fucking hype cast. Yeah. Bro, there was like some tournament where Shinobi like wasn't playing very well.
I think that was when we were playing against C9.
When we were playing against C9?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was from Valorant. Was that from CS?
That was from CS.
Oh. Don't say I have a nice mustache. This is like just a day and 2 days of shaving.
Like,
I need to share it.
When I was on Bad News Bears with Josh, I remember Josh watched the VOD and Josh got like 4 kills and the caster's like, well, Shinobi's been looking really underwhelming this series and he gets the ace. I think that's where Josh got it from.
Just asking, what team do you need to win? We don't need to win. Or we don't, it doesn't matter. We're not playing anymore.
Throws the paranoia back. He's gonna find 2 drone. Oh, Wardell will finally answer.
I'll watch this stuff in a second, guys. Wait, why did someone say go to his Twitter when it's like a stream clip?
He does. Can he find the frag? He cannot. As it's down to the 3v3, but Corey's still on the site.
I got a nicely shaped Adam's apple.
Planted the spike. They're holding on.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Reset or this mental reset is gonna be up to how FaZe Clan react to it. Because they don't know what's going on.
Wait, who are you talking about, Satori? He alleged that Jack paid Richard Lewis to an article.
There comes Baby Bay. He drops down. 2v2. Smoke goes down for Baby Bay as he's trying to get an angle that works for him. Wardell's wrapping all the way around, but Sabrosa can just hop.
I have no idea where that clip is. I just remember being told the story. Okay. Good TP. Good TP.
As well. So this is going to be down to the wire. 10 seconds remaining. Sabrosa, he's waiting in. This is perfect. He's gonna tailwind through and he finds him. That's planted.
I feel like if you're not gonna TP together, you just gotta go together.
Down to the 2v1. Can he clutch this? This is looking real good for TSM.
Well, it's certainly possible. Sabrosa is very weak. I mean, you look at him funny at this point. He dies. Rock is not able to isolate any of them.
Fast,
However,
swift.
Wardell's operator is able to get the best of
them. I don't think I've actually seen Wardell miss a shot.
7 rounds in a row now.
No, he is zoning.
7 rounds in a row. And we're starting to see, look at how they've won every single round. Right? It's not by diffusing the
I think I've seen 8 of Wardell's op shots.
Setting off the spike, we see them patiently play with the spike.
The caster's just like, or the observer's never on him.
Assuming post-plant positions, they're very comfortable with getting on there, creating some ruckus and getting some real estate, but then waiting out to see how
stable Ronaldo's dad.
And I think FaZe Clan have adapted to that as well. So we see an aggressive look from.
You're saying it's a clip of Zoms saying that?
That's so sad. Wait, is this a
How would Zoms even know that?
Wait.
Maybe he heard it from someone else who was involved in that situation.
They're using all their ultimates on the eco round.
Isn't Zoms literally? I don't even think Zoms was involved in the CS community at all. Like, didn't he come from Apex Legends or something? That right click didn't kill him? What the fuck?
We also have to remember this is the eco for FaZe Clan, and they're
Bro, why does it feel like Feels like there's something in my
Find some
eye.
great success on these cheeky positions for FaZe Clan.
Knowing that they didn't have. Oh, Wardell misses the op. Corey punishes.
What do I think is required in a team comp other than flashes slash smokes?
Round win for FaZe Clan again.
Well, you just want to have a balanced team comp, and you can lean in certain directions. So yeah, you want like an Omen, you got some smokes, you got like a breach, you got some flashes. Then it's up to you. You could run 3 duelists. You could run 2 duelists and a Sova and no Sentinel. You could run like a Cypher, 1 duelist in Sova. You could run a Cypher and then 2 duelists and ignore the Sova. You know, you could not run the breach and only, you know, like there's just really, you just want to balance. You want to have some utility, some smokes. You want some like flashes or something. You want some aggressive like playmaking, like fragging agents. And whether you want a Sentinel or not is up to you. You can run a Sentinel, or you could run a more information gathering and you'll just play less defensive, so you don't really play too much with like just have a balance. But you can go in all sorts of different ways. That's the thing. That's the cool thing, is there's so many different comps and so many different things. See, this is like the, well, we talked about it before. We just need to do this more reactive in the moment.
Yeah, the TP play.
Just in general, like even in the match, remember like I called for it 1 round and we didn't do it, and it would have been perfect because they had like 2 spawn and a 3rd guy TP'd showers and was just sitting in the shower TP. He wasn't coming out. If you ever have like a long siege at the A site and then you just TP, and like even if there's a guy in the flank, he's like so out of position to stop it. Damn, TSM, good play here though. Oh my god, he's playing for the Sova ult. It's gonna be scary to ult though because he knows this guy's gonna push him. Oh my god, and he still has his ult. How did Rockus not kill him? Yikes, he should have traded that for sure. Corey shot him 1 bullet away. He literally lost it by 1 bullet. Yeah, he was low. I thought Corey lit up Cutler, but he didn't. It was Rockus that lit up Cutler. Yeah, Rockus is from Overwatch. They literally nerfed all of Sage's abilities and we're like, who killed Sage? So you're telling me Riot is the imposter?
Ultimates available for TSM still. The Hunter's Fury, which I thought was going to be used, not used last round, and this time TSM, as opposed to posing up towards that A site.
Yeah, right click is so RNG. It definitely feels like it. I swear to God, I see people get right clicked from like 20 meters away, and then like you'll be 5 meters away from someone and right click, and you just like outline their body with the daggers. Or you hit like 1 dagger in their leg.
Rockus with the drone, seeing nobody is around the fountain.
He stated Shazam told him,
very much here.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll probably just watch it after the map or something. It's not, I'm not like that urgent to rush into drama. Favorite skin slash skin line? I don't know, man. I really do like the Reaver skins. I also like the Oni skins, but I'm kind of, like I keep saying, I'm just sort of partial to that type of art style.
Oh, Marv. He stops the push from A short of Zachary here. Some of that action going towards the A site. Cutler, he's got the spike and he's got to get it down.
Let's watch 3v3 for a W, or
Corey's waiting for a portal play.
He legged him.
Information from his team. Baby Bay needed that pick in order to find success. There's the portal play from Corey. Spike's planted in Tetris, but it's not. It's planted for showers and they're playing for A short. Baby Bay hops down onto site. Wardell's on the run.
I'm like, look, I'm getting ready to stand up for some reason.
Retake for FaZe Clan.
They're all kind of caught in this U-Haul area. Hayes is able to take care of Corey. However, there was that flank that we were talking about. It's no longer a backer. Hayes with the 4K. Baby Bay trying to stick it, but the shock dart from Cutler stops it. TSM take a 2-0 lead.
Split it is.
Man, that was the map that FaZe Clan needed to win, and you saw how close it was. FaZe Clan,
you play CS recently? I've not actually played CS recently.
I'm
just trying to, like, I put all my time into Valorant, and then if I want to play another game, I'm playing like something that's not attack FPS.
7 in a row.